I am Shaggy. I am Philalitheia. I am still in my tent. I am getting ready to leave. Oh, fuck. It's Monday and I have lost my glasses. Accidentally minimized my phone. So I've lost my glasses. That's fan-fucking-tastic. Glasses! That's fan-fucking-tastic. Just fan-fucking-tastic. My good vape is right here. I have no idea where my glasses could be, though. Shit. This was bound to happen eventually. And for those of you who are telling me that I will be happier, sober, this is what my brain is like when I'm sober. I lose my shit. Stuff goes missing. I can't remember where any goddamn thing is. The last time I broke my glasses was because I was sober. You don't have to like it, but that's the way it is. I wanted to talk today about something specific, and then I thought, well, I'll just I'm ready to go, and it'll be easy, and you can talk about that specific thing. Fuck. And then my glasses disappeared. God damn it. God damn it. Just... fuck. God damn it. God thinks he's funny. Because what was on my mind to tell you was that you can't imagine it's impossible for an intelligence, an intellect, it is impossible for any imagination to conceive of or imagine a higher intelligence. It is impossible for you to imagine a higher intelligence. What does that mean? It means that you cannot imagine someone who's so much smarter than you that they're actually a higher level of intelligence. You can't actually imagine it. This is why in narrative fiction that tries to imagine higher intelligences, tries to give people like God dialogues, tries to give angels or other, let's say, extra dimensional higher intelligences, tries to give them dialogue and let them speak to humans. I'm thinking about Contact, for an example, Carl Sagan. They're just like us, only they have more knowledge. Knowledge is not intelligence. You know, on some level, intelligence still makes sense to define as your ability and the speed and accuracy with which you integrate new information. If I'm going to quibble with that definition, even though it's a definition that I like, and it's a definition I've used, and it's a definition that I've argued in favor of, actually, and I can actually think of an argument that I obsess over from time to time, wherein I made that basic claim, use that basic definition to focus my argument around, that intelligence is the ability to take in, absorb, learn, and accurately regurgitate new information. That's what intelligence is. And so it's impossible to imagine a thing, a being, a person, an entity with a higher degree, or level, or kind of intelligence than yours. Why is it impossible? Why can't you do that? Well, you can't do that because you've never learned it. You've never experienced it. You've never seen it. You've never heard it. And so you have no way of knowing or accurately predicting what that's like. Imagination is a form of prediction. It's a kind of pre-speaking. That's what prediction means. Imagination is predicting what the future will be like, or what it will be like. Well, it's the future. There's no really... Fuck, my glasses have just completely disappeared. Like, this is impossible. What's happened to my glasses? Where could they possibly be? But this is kind of... My glasses disappearing is actually not irrelevant, because if I believe that I'm chosen or beloved of God, that means that that's a higher level, degree, or kind of intellect than my own. And if I believe sincerely... Oh my goodness. Oh. They've been on my face this whole time, haven't they? They were foggy from the wet, or from the cold, I guess. And so I looked like I couldn't see. I'm not like this when I'm stoned. Shit, I'm not even like this when I've got cigarettes. This is what my brain is like sober, y'all. Forgetful, scatterbrained, will literally lose my glasses on my eyes. That's sobriety for me. People keep telling me that I'll be happier when I cut weed out of my life, and it's like, no, I've done that before. I was talking to my therapist about this. I've done that before. I've quit smoking weed, and I hated it, and I hated myself. Weed is not a performance-enhancing drug, but it is weights. And you think to yourself that you'll run faster, take the weights off your ankles, and I don't. It slows me down. And see, an intellect as great as mine, in relation to yours, needs to be slowed down, or you can't keep up with him. It keeps happening. I need to slow down. I need to care less. I need to be less concerned with your freedom, your maturity, your safety, your development, your growth. I need to be less concerned with you because I don't know how you managed it. I don't know how you all managed it, but y'all are dumb as fuck. It's like there are a handful of working scientists in the world who aren't stupid, and then there's the rest of the 99.999% of the human species. And it's just like, how did our species produce these people? How? And the answer is that those point, whatever I said, 5 zeros and a 1, 4 zeros and a 1. It's 10 thousandths. It's one in. That's a absurdly. Well, 99% is 1 in 100. So if we're talking about point 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, we're talking 1 in 100,000 or 1 in a million. But then if we're talking about percent, you divide that by 100, and we're talking about 1 in 100 million. And that's about right, because there are about 6 billion of us. And there are about 7 intelligent people on this planet, including myself. So that makes sense. Yeah. An intelligent person who's not too stupid to believe dumb shit and then say dumb shit because they want to be famous. It's about 1 in a billion. And there are 7 of them. There are about 7 of us in this world. And that sounds about right to me. And it's highly frustrating. It's highly frustrating because who the fuck am I supposed to talk to? That's what you guys just can't hear. Who the fuck am I supposed to talk to? Who fucking texts me in the morning? That's what I want to know. What is this? Who shoots me the morning, good morning? Who texts me on Patreon to ask me what I'm working and what I'm thinking about? You know, the way this should go is I post these while I'm walking and while I'm doing stuff. And then when I get back to the tent at the end of the day, I should be able to go to my Patreon, click live, set up a private YouTube that you have to go through my Patreon, and then hang out with the people who actually give a fuck about me all night. And in 3 months, almost 4 months, that's been 0 fucking people. It's just, God. And then I look around. That's what upsets me. I look at what you watch. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. So you can't imagine what it's like to be like me. You can't empathize with me. It's impossible for you. Because you can't imagine, even for a second, what it's like to be smarter than you. You can't imagine it. It's impossible for you. There's no hope that you'll be able to figure me out someday because you can't even imagine me. You can't imagine that I could even exist. God, I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. I'm gonna get to eat today. I'm not gonna get to eat the next 2 days. I finally got my cigarette money. God, I am just so hungry. So hungry. It's hard to think when you're hungry. It really is. Like, I should be able to wake up and skip Christ's table. I should be making enough money that I can wake up because I have 62 followers. And if I made a single dollar, if you just paid $1 a month, that would give me $62 a month. And with $62 a month, I could probably eat every weekend. $62 a month divided by 7 is 10 meals. There are only 8 meals in a month. I could go and I could get the $8 box from Taco Bell every weekend. Be comfortable and warm with just $1. $1 from the people that I already have subscribed. $1 a month. Man, the number of people that say to me, oh, I would like to give. I wish I could give. I wish I could meaningfully help. And it's like, yeah, the way you can meaningfully help is with $1 a month. Literally. I mean, I've been on this since I started this fucking channel. Since I only had like 15 followers. You can go back to the shorts. You can go back. You can look through my fucking library. Two people have gone through my library. And one of them only did it to leave ugly, hateful comments on every single video he watched. Like, fuck you, dude. I've decided now that instead of looking at them, instead of seeing them, instead of responding to them, instead of thinking about them, if it starts ugly, I delete it. You don't even get the satisfaction of seeing it on my channel when you come back and watch the video again to look to see if it's still there and if anybody's talking about it. You won't get any notifications about it because nobody's going to comment on it. Nobody's going to reply. No one's going to know you ever did that. Because I hate you. I have grown to absolutely hate every human being. Every human being who's not homeless. It's not homeless or isn't below average intelligence. Not is lower intelligence than I, because if I were able to find empathy and sympathy and forgiveness and compassion, all things I no longer have for the average human being, for everyone who was lower intelligence than me, there would be, well, I just did the math, something like 7.499999 billion people who just don't deserve my sympathy, who don't deserve my recognition that they're even human. And you don't deserve my recognition that you're even human. That's the thing that's the most upsetting in all of this. Did that fucking... Okay. You can't imagine a higher intelligence like you can't prove a negative. Of course you can prove a negative. You can prove that things don't exist, but you also can't prove definitively that things don't exist. And you can't prevent people from believing that things exist. Like I can prove God as a concept exists. I can prove that the things that people have pointed to as that concept exist. But I can't tell you that God actually does anything. I can't tell you that God exists in a meaningful way because I can't manifest it and let you touch it, even on camera. All I can do is speak for it, because what it is it's a spirit, it's a manner of life, it's a way of being, it's a mindset. It's a habit of thought. And not everybody comes to it. Hell, not even all of those 7 people that are in the intelligent category. Not all of them even care to believe. Think they should or need to. Or want to. I don't think you do either. I don't even think I do anymore, to be honest with you. I'm not an atheist. I know it's there. I know you can communicate with it. I know the supernatural is real. But I don't know how speaking well of it benefits me. It hasn't yet. All it's done is get me negative, ugly comments. I look at the trends. The only videos that get big clicks from strangers are atheist videos. So I could talk shit about God, how much I hate it, how much my mother hated it, how easy it is to hate, how much easier it is to not go to church, how much easier it is to not hear the voice of reason or the voice of the author or the voice of your conscience, all of which are God. It's so much easier to say, well, I have to choose my family over you. Yeah, you don't have $1? you're at exactly $0. Go fuck yourself. Don't talk to me. Just take your shame and keep it to yourself. This is why churches have to raise the stakes. And they have to pass that plate around, where those plates around, and they have to have that usher stand there and glare at the people that are at the front of the aisles. They have to pressure you into donating. Because even as a believer, even as a member of a church, your first inclination is to believe that you could spend that money better. Just don't say anything. Do you not understand that? Just don't speak. Like, that's how things got so bad, is people weren't allowed to do anything about it, so they just didn't say anything. Just keep that pattern up, especially if you're over 40. Don't open your mouth now. You should open your mouth when you were in your teens and your parents were ruining the world, but you didn't. You were too important. It was too important to you. You were too wrapped up in making sure you had collected all the Transformer dolls. Good job. Good job. You collected all the dolls. You played all the video games. Good job. Good job. Well done. Look where we are now. Look where we are now. You know, my whole life I've known that the collapse was imminent. Can't sustain this. My whole life I prepared myself mentally, spiritually, physically for the world to end. I didn't want it to end. I was just being a good Boy Scout. Now I hope it ends. Now I hope it all comes crashing down on your idiot heads. Why do I hope that? Because I live in a tent. And when the economy crashes, if the economy crashed tomorrow, I would have had 4 years of experience living with no money. No money at all. No income whatsoever. Will you? No. No, you will not. Does that make me better than you? Makes me better prepared. It makes me better prepared to make the decisions that I will need to make in order to sustain my life. Because it has been made clear to me that believe or not, surrender or not, submit or not, I have no choice but to remain alive. Because I'm not selfish enough to make someone else clean up my mess. I no longer believe I'm going to meet somebody who wants to elevate me out of this and believes that I am worth it, who believes that I have something to say. I no longer think that somebody's going to give me, well, that's not true, actually. I do believe that's possible. I don't understand why people give me such ugly looks. Like, I'm allowed to do this. I'm allowed to stand at a bus stop and talk into my phone. Why are you allowed to talk to one another, but I'm not allowed to talk into my phone? It's been this way my whole life. I used to sing on the bus when I was a kid, and it's like, why am I not allowed to enjoy my music? You all are allowed to enjoy your loud, frankly raucous conversation. Why am I not allowed to enjoy my music the way I like to enjoy my music? Is it really so bothersome to you? Yes, it really is so bothersome to you that some people are just enjoying their lives. So fine, I'll show you how I'm miserable. I'll let you see it. I'm miserable. I fucking hate the lived experience. I hate your life. I hate my life. I hate every life that I can imagine in the 21st century. I hate the lives that are coming in the second half of the 21st century. Hell, the second quarter of the 21st century. The next 25 years are going to be an absolute shit show. And you think it's all going to just magically get better because you've been waiting on it to get better your whole life. Because you were told by Gen X that it would get better. Because they were told by the boomers that it would get better. Because they didn't listen to their parents. Y'all are all fucking dumb. So dumb. You're not my children, and I'm not Job. It cannot be my responsibility to correct all 7 billion of your behaviors. Can't be my job. Can't be my job. And you won't read. You won't read my words anyway. You don't listen to my words. You don't show up to these lives. You don't watch them. Cannot be my responsibility. Can't be. I can't take that responsibility on because I can't succeed at it. Can't win. There's no win in that. So what's the point? What's the point in doing any of this? Somebody fucking tell me. I've been writing about it on the Patreon for a month. I just don't know what the fucking point is. I'm doing it because it was a goal that I gave myself. See if you can fill 3. Well, no, it wasn't even 3. It was 1. See if you can fill 1 composition notebook with your thoughts. And that took 3 days. And so I was like, okay, well, then you can fill 3. And then I got bored with the second one because who cares? No one was reading it. No one cared. No one cared. Do you know how hurtful that is to have no one care about you? Do you know how hurtful that is? It's how hurt I am at all times now. Because of you. Because of you. I am hurt at all times because of you. I came to this injured, and you have done me harm. Doing harm is called evil. So you are evil. To me, you are typified by evil, by the harm you do me. I'm so hungry, and I forgot my bottle of soda. My Sprite. The calories and the something being in my stomach would actually help, even if the lemon lime would probably make me nauseous this early. It would mix with my stomach acids and make me sick to my tummy. Not my favorite emotion. Favorite feeling. I see what you idiots say about me. I see how you talk to me. You can't imagine me. You can't even acknowledge what I am. Because you can't imagine it. Because you've never experienced it before. You know they're out there. You know people like me are out there. People who are smarter than you, more intelligent than you, more knowledgeable about you than you in a broad way. You know they're there, you just don't believe. You don't believe because you can't conceive. You literally cannot conceive. The seed of the idea cannot take root in your mind. You cannot conceive. You can't even get pregnant with the idea that I'm of what I am. It's impossible. So why do this? Why do this? I can't figure it out. I can't figure out why I can't just quit. I mean, I have quit. But I don't know why I can't just walk away. It's the boredom. I get so bored. And this is a good time sink. This isn't just a good time sink. This is a great time sink. I don't know how I've been doing this for 30 minutes and the bus hasn't come. God, please tell me that they're running on Monday. I don't know why they wouldn't be. It's supposed to be every half hour. Well, it is 29, 21. And it wasn't here. Dudes like him are why I'm not really a Tool fan anymore. This tall, white bread, middle class, undergraduate, dickhead office job guy wearing a fucking Tool shirt. That shit just pisses me off. It also pisses me off when people take the time to slow down and then say thanks to cars that are waiting on them to cross. It's like they don't have any choice but to wait for you. You're in a parking lot and you're being a bitch. Don't say thank you. Just don't be a bitch. Don't slow down. You don't have to speed up. Just don't slow down. Huh. I've never seen a brindled. That's a British bulldog, I think is what those are called. I see that. I've never seen a brindled puppy like that before, that breed. He's beautiful. Yeah. Yes, she's beautiful.
They're called merles.
That's what it's called. Thank you. Oh. Yes. I've never seen a merle. That's beautiful.
Isn't she pretty?
Can I say hi? Viola is how she pronounced it. What a beautiful dog. She was very kind too. Super affectionate. I love it. I've never met a French. Those are called French bulldogs. They're merle. Never met a merle. It would have been very difficult for me not to name that dog if it were a boy. Haggard. Merle Haggard is a joke that, well, my audience is older. The people who watch my shit tend to be in their 40s. They tend to be older than I am, and then they treat me like I'm a small child, because the only experience they have trying to teach, trying to express anything is to small children. So you don't have any experience. You're not good at it. Why do you think I've taken so long to practice? Why do you think I took a full year at this, just practicing, not even asking for subs, not asking for donations, not asking for help out of my extreme domestic abuse situation that I spent nearly 4 years in? I didn't even try. Why? Because I was practicing. I wasn't good enough yet. Well, I'm good enough now. Hello. This is not the time to join me, live member of the audience, but hello, thank you for being here. I'm standing at a bus stop waiting on the bus, talking to myself. It's supposed to be talking about higher intellect and what it's like to imagine a higher intellect. Do you think you could imagine somebody? Yep, there they go. That's fine. It's supposed to be talking about higher intellect and what it's like to imagine a higher intellect, but mostly I'm just talking about me and what it's like to be me, and whether you can imagine what it's like to be me, and you can't. God, I want a cigarette so bad. It's just something to do to while away the minutes. They taste good, and they're appetite suppressants. So I'm hungry, and I go, I want a cigarette. I'm snacky, and I go, I could either have an entire bag of Doritos or a single cigarette. I'm not really getting stoned either. I've not really been smoking my weed either, because what's the point? I'm not trying to be productive. I'm not trying to focus. I'm not trying to be locked in. Not anymore. There's no point. You don't want me to be. You don't even want me around. Not meaningfully. You don't ask about me. You don't ask how you can support. You don't ask how you can get more. You don't ask how you can be involved, how you can be more involved. And fine, I'm not a theme show, but I could be a theme show. I've shown you my interest. My interests could theme together. They're just not going to do it for free. And I'm not getting a job so I could be a YouTuber. That's the dumbest shit imaginable. You're fucking retarded if that's how you think this works.
you're just stupid. The people who make it successful from a full-time job to full-time new media were independently wealthy. Their jobs paid them so well they could take time off from work, and they could afford the best equipment. I can afford no equipment. I can't even afford this phone. It's technically stolen. It was a gift. But if the bitch really wanted to, she could make an argument and the cops in this town would be happy to comply. Small town corruption, yo. Small town corruption is real, and it is rampant across this nation. Rampant. So you can't imagine a higher intelligence, because a higher intellect doesn't do evil deeds, because a higher intellect realizes that evil works against the higher intellect as well. Is it not Monday? Do I not know what day it is? The bus is just not running today, so I just don't get to eat. That fucking sucks. God, I'm gonna be in such a shitty fucking mood if I don't get to eat this week at all. You don't understand just how pissed the fuck off I'm gonna be if nobody, not a single person, helps me for Christmas. Are you fucking kidding me? So my choices are to do these lives, to make these videos, or just stare in the middle distance, grinding my teeth, thinking about how much I hate you and want to die. And frankly, I get bored of that second thing faster than I get bored of this first thing. And this first thing at least feels like I'm doing something creative, at least feels like I'm doing something productive, at least feels like I'm doing something helpful. Sure as shit ain't gonna get me anything anyway though. Y'all are so dumb. So dumb. Like, you understand that the way people are elevated from homelessness is somebody moves them into their home and gets them a job, right? Like there's no amount of you get the job and you work your way out, because the working your way out is working your way towards suicide, because all you're doing is being depressed. All you're doing is being depressed. And so then your choices are, well, I cannot eat and I cannot drink, and I can save all this money and I can try to get a home that will require me to not eat or not drink to keep it. Drink only water. And so are you really sustaining your life? Would I really be sustaining my life to get a home and a job? No. I would be putting my life at risk. And those of you who keep telling me to get a job are not listening to me. You're just not listening. Do you not see these grays? Do you not see this? Do you think teenagers grow hair like that? Do you think teenagers have white hairs on their beard and in their mustache? You can't see it because I always keep it covered up in that. Well, no, I don't always keep it covered up in a hat. I got gray in my temples too. Do teenagers have gray in their hair? Teenagers talk the way I do? Teenagers as intelligent as I am? Can teenagers string together a sentence the way I can? Really, can they? God, y'all are so fucking dumb. So I just delete your idiot comments. You're not going to watch the commentary video. When I make a video responding to you and giving you the link that you want, you're not going to respond. You're not going to watch it. You're just going to get in your feelings because I'm going to tell you to fuck yourself. It's because of what you deserve. You understand that. Deserve. Of serve. Of service. What you deserve is what you've put in. What you deserve from the king is what you have served the king to get. You don't deserve shit from me. But scorn and ridicule. You don't give me anything. Yeah, I keep thinking about it, that other YouTubers don't have to beat up their audience, because their audience just recognizes them for what they are. They don't have to say, give me money, help me, help me, help me, help me. They don't have to. So don't. Continue not. I don't care. I'm not going to think any better or worse of you if you do. Maybe individually, but I'll probably feel worse for you. Think worse of you if you give me money, because that means that you're an unconscionable person. It means you're going to say, that means that you're going to think that you now have the right to say horrible shit to me and that you can backburner me. You don't get to backburner me. If you're where I can see you, you're interacting with me, and if you're not, you're blocked. I have too much time on my hands. Too little stimulus. I'm not spending my days playing video games and listening to books and doing nothing. Not only is it a waste of time, but I've wasted my time for 20 years, 30 years, 30 years doing that. 30 years being more educated, more curious, more interesting than you. And what has it got me? What has it got me? Somebody tell me what it's got me. Because I'm waiting for it to have got me anything. God damn, 41 minutes and no bus. There it is. All right, I'm done. Fuck you guys.